another pretty face, finding your new voice and personal blogging style. We also have Dawn Russo, the author of 101 Glam Girl Ways to an Ultra Chic Lifestyle, featured as an on-air fashion expert for Fox 5 News, New York, NY9, News 12, Better TV, Connecticut Style, and NBC Daytime. Featured in InStyle, Real Simple, First Magazine, Life and Style Magazine, owner of BellaDawn.com.
Dawn Russo. I opened my store about 6.5 years ago, which is a little boutique selling trendy accessories and handbags and some clothing. Within that first year, I decided to branch out and go online with the store and sell all over the country, which became really exciting, and it's still going on. It's actually taken over the actual store and is busier than the actual store, which is fantastic. Having that led into a lot more styling opportunities, a lot more working with magazines and getting my products placed in magazines, which was the first one I saw was so exciting. That kind of parlayed into some more styling tips and fashion advice. Because I was giving this fashion advice constantly every day to people that were coming in, I loved doing it. When someone came in and was like, you know, I have a party to go to this weekend, what could I wear with this? It was really easy to kind of pull things from the store and put them together and help them form outfits, and I really loved doing it. Which led into my blog, which I started about 3 years ago. I wanted some way to be able to give these tips and this advice and a little bit more of my personality to the people that weren't able to come into the store. Because I was doing this for people that were coming in, but the people that were shopping online weren't really getting that. They weren't getting that personal style tips or their questions answered about, you know, what to wear, what's going to look good, or how do I look like my favorite celebrity, or where can I get this, answering all those questions. So I started giving that advice through the blog. My book came out a year ago, but I started the book, working on the book. It took me about 1.5 to 2 years to complete it. It's a really small little book, tip book. I decided, why not take what was on my blog, that people were reading, and put it into a fun coffee table kind of book. And that's where the book sort of came out of. From that is where the YouTube started. The YouTube I started about a year ago. Because again, I felt a need for showing more personality, you know, putting myself out there more. And I was doing a lot more TV, giving the expert advice on TV and doing these fun segments. But I kind of wanted to do them more with my personality and being able to just say what I want to say and not be restricted by, you know, a 2-minute time frame or only being allowed to talk about, you know, one certain thing for a segment. I kind of wanted to go out a little bit more and show myself and have fun with it and answer people and do the things that everybody was really looking for. Because I knew there was something missing. People were looking for advice, and real advice, and not have to pay a ton of money to have a stylist come and give them that advice. I wanted to be able to do that for free, also be able to help others, and that's always been my goal, is to help as much as I could and give as much advice as I can. And that's really where the YouTube went. And I think more than the blog, the YouTube videos have been the greatest experience ever, and it's been fantastic. And for me, that's the journey that I'm on more with vlogging, I would say, is doing more of the YouTube videos. I do them daily, so it's exciting. So I'll pass it to you.
That's impressive. Awesome. You do it daily? You're right. Do you think it's because you just are being who you are? You're just being authentic to who you are, as opposed to trying to be something that you're...
I feel like, I mean, for me, I've learned to evolve with it, as you can see, and I think that's important. I think that's something really important to remember, is to never keep doing something if you don't feel happy about it or you're not enjoying it. If you're sitting there and you're like, oh, this is a chore, I have to sit down, I have to write my blog tonight, you shouldn't be doing it. It's not a good idea. Don't do it. You know, figure out a different path, a different way, something that's going to get you excited, that you're going to wake up and be like, oh, I can't wait, I have to tell people about this. That's what, I mean, for me, that's what happened. I was writing, I liked writing, I still do my blog, but for me, the video it took over. I loved doing it. I literally, every single day, I sometimes have like a couple topics and I'm like, crap, what am I going to do? Like, how am I going to tell everybody these things? So I try to write them down so I can do it, you know, the next day, or sometimes I'll record too, just because I really want to get it out there. But follow what your heart kind of tells you and what you feel good about and what you want to, you know, what you want to say to people that makes you feel good every single day. I think that's really important, to stay true to yourself and to your blog. And people will like that. People will, it's like, you know, so transparent. They will see you in that and want it and want the same, and they'll come back. They'll come back because of that, because you're being real.
How do you make a successful virtual store and still try to compete?
That's what helped, was my push towards doing the more blogging and YouTube, was because I wanted to have a voice. My visuals are so important, and bigger stores are not quite doing that yet. I know, Saks and like Net-a-Porter, they're doing video. They have models with videos on them, but they're just straight videos. They're not like talking.
And do you tell people to go to your website for those products?
I switch. I do a little bit. I don't like it to seem like I'm just trying to sell my products, because I'm not. That's not what I'm about. I use stuff from all different stores that I shop at. But when I do mention a bracelet or a watch or something from my store, people actually ask, where is that from? And so I tell them, but what I do is I put a link to my blog.
Do you use like professional people to do your video, or how do you do your video?
I do it all myself on my Mac with iMovie. And it takes me about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. I keep them very raw because I don't want them to seem like I got this major production happening. I want it to be me and who I am, and that, I sat there and edited it. And I did, at the end of a couple of mine, I've done like blooper, like where I literally, I'm at the camera and I'm sitting there talking and I'm saying or I'm laughing at myself, or like the words get all messed up, and I realized people want to see that. They're not,
because it makes you human.
Yeah, and the times that I try to cut that out and I edit too much, it's like boring. I laugh at myself almost every single time.
But you added it's because you added your personality, is what it is essentially. You're editing out your personality.
Exactly, and they don't like it. No one likes that. But to answer your question, for stores and for competition, I say try to bring yourself into it.
You have advertisers on your blogs?
I don't have a lot of advertising either. I do on YouTube. I did become a partner on YouTube, and so they do the advertising for you, which is kind of a whole other thing. Videos that I was just talking about it last night. Video that I did on how to wear tights. Which sounds absolutely ridiculous, because it's like, what? How do you wear tights? How do you put a pair of tights on? But I did it, and I did it because it was just, I came in one day, I had a pair of tights on, and I was like, you know what? People might be interested in this for some reason. And literally within hours, I saw the numbers just skyrocket. In a couple weeks, there were like thousands of views. And from that, YouTube, before I was even
because of your legs.
No. If you watch the video, there's maybe like 3 seconds, because I talked about it more than showing, because I just talked about it more than showing what I was wearing. And actually, there's a couple people that are like, you didn't even show your tights. You didn't even say, show pictures of them. That's when YouTube contacted for advertising, and they chose to make it a video that they wanted to put advertising on. But once you do more content and have a lot of views, start making money that way, which is fantastic. And I would tell anybody, if you really get into doing the videos, it's a nice little
question. Do you believe in having a publicist and PR as a blogger?
Ability to hire a publicist, I say
money.
Absolutely, yes, do it. If you don't, go out. My big thing, I tell everybody, I do workshops on how to become a fashion stylist and all that. And one of the major things that I say to everybody is you need to know a little bit about everything. It sounds absolutely crazy, and you'll be like, I can't know everything about it. You have to. In this world today, the way everything is, with social media, with everything that's going on, you need to know, or else someone else is going to take your spot. So I made it a point to know a little bit about PR, to know a little bit about marketing. If you have to take that extra hour or 2 hours at night when you're like, oh God, I need to go to sleep, I have to get up at 6 a.m., don't do it. Stay up for a half hour. Do a little bit of research. Find out how to pitch someone. Do your research with finding out, lists of media that you want to contact, and do it yourself if you don't have the money to do it, because that's the only way it's going to happen. So I really, truly, truly believe that everybody has to know just a little bit about everything as I can. I actually tell people, find me on Twitter and ask me, because most likely you'll be a short response.
Yeah, but you will get a response. Thank you.